Welcome to the United Racing Network. My name is Andrew Spears, and joined in the booth with me tonight is Jacob Burton. He was our producer last year, or last season, but he is joining me in the booth for the Indy Series this season. This is the second time I've been in the booth with him. Jacob, how you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good. It's my third time in the booth for the IndyCar Series, so excited to be here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight to see these guys get racing.
Yep. And that's awesome, man. Just found out we had some background noise, but we got that taken care of tonight.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Yeah, so Charlotte, it's a fast track, but we were talking with some of the guys before the race here tonight. They were having troubles.
Yeah, it's true. It's a fast track with a bit of a high. I think it's actually kind of a medium bank, isn't it? Yeah.
So this bank is comparative to the old Atlanta, the Las Vegas track that we're going to be seeing. It's comparative to that, but these guys are getting really hung up coming out of Turn 4. Turn 4 has been getting a lot of guys tonight, and Mr. Rob McDonald, he's racing the number 10 car tonight, and he's been having some troubles coming off that turn as well. So there's they were describing it as like a heel, like a jump. So you'll see them start exiting out of Turn 4 tonight off that bottom line as much as they can, just so they can avoid that when we get 2 wide and potentially 3 wide tonight.
Hello, everybody. Welcome out to the B-Bank Designs IndyCar Series here at Charlotte tonight.
Hang on just a second.
5 minutes.
Hang on just a second. We got somebody talking here. I think that's we got our radio channels messed up. So
race link tonight, 70
laps.
laps.
We'll get that taken care of.
You have in total, I believe, 2 sets of tires sitting in the pit.
There we go. I don't want to listen to race control. That's what they got to take care of tonight, and that's not my concern.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting night tonight. They're getting ready to go to qualifying here soon. Let's go over the race info tonight. So the track temperature tonight's running about 77 degrees. It's a little slick tonight. It's going to take them a little bit longer to get the tires up to the temp. The air temperature is about 76 degrees, so everybody in the stands is kind of sitting at a pretty good advantage tonight. But that humidity is 57%, so they're going to be sweating a little bit tonight for sure. This track is just under a half a mile at 1.45 miles. We have a pretty strong wind out of that east going to the west at 9 miles an hour. So we'll see how that affects them tonight. These cars love aerodynamics, but I don't know really how they fare when it comes to the drag on the engines. Drag on the cars when it comes to the wind. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see especially with the slope of the track and how the wind might come over some of the things in the middle of the field and kind of slope up. It might cause a little bit of instability, so it'd be interesting to see how these guys deal with that.
Well, that plus you have the draft itself that may be causing some problems tonight with people too. As you see, Spencer Brown gets around right there on the front stretch.
Into the pits. Oh my god.
Taking everybody out. All right, Nick.
Love to see it.
Yeah, love to see it. So I'm excited for tonight. We're going to see some fast cars tonight. On the screen right now, our fastest time of the evening is, let me see here. The fastest car of the evening, according to my time on screen, is tied between Neil Strader and Spencer Brown at 200. Oh, I take that back. Gabe Abdel Hamid.
Almost got it.
Almost. 200.
It's a D at the end, so it's Hamid.
Oh, well, 220 miles, 227 miles an hour. Sorry, Abdel.
Yeah, these guys are moving quick at this track, and it's not your traditional oval, so it's quite a different animal from tracks that we've been at previously, like Auto Club and I can't remember where we were at last week, but this is I believe it's a quad oval, so it's not a traditional oval where it's just basically straight in, straight out. This one you kind of got to do a little bit of thinking at the bottom section there on the start line.
Yeah, and so the way that we normally do that in NASCAR is we apex that, and Atlanta's got a pretty good quad oval as well. They redid the track, and it's a pretty good quad oval. We were doing that last time in the truck race, and I was always apexing that corner there and kind of getting people in the upper line kind of messed up there. As you see, Klinger gets loose and grabs that outside wall there. and destroys that right side of his vehicle. That right there is what we're going to be dealing with all night long. Is that?
Yep. I was wondering that was the bump that we were talking about.
It is. That is the bump for sure. So looks like Craig McDonald and Rob McDonald are both out on track following one another. Maybe them two can figure out the drafting lines that they need to figure out tonight. So as Rob gets around right there.
And I was going to say, he's spinning right
saves
in
it. But he just takes it in. So as we get ready to go to qualifying tonight, guys, we're going to take you to our advertisement section of the stream. We are sponsored by a few great sponsors. They are the reasons we're here. So while everybody gets their outlap complete, we are going to go into our advertisements. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, well, thank you for sticking around through those adverts. It really, if you feel free to go grab you an admin box or go get you a tattoo by JP or any of his employees that he has in his shop, just make sure you stop by and tell him we sent you. He might give you a discount. So, all right, so
we don't make any guarantees on that.
No, I can't guarantee anything, but just maybe. All right, these guys are running around strong right now. Rob McDonald has put down the fastest lap time so far at 24.22, but it just got taken by Neil Strader and then Gabe Abdel Hamid. Did I get that right?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. All right, he just set the fastest time with a 24.12. Nelly Strader is a 24.18, and Rob McDonald's is a 24.23. These guys are strong tonight. The top 10 so far is separated by about 6/100th of a second.
Man.
Yeah, fast lap times for sure. So as these guys round out and finish their qualifying tonight, looks like, let me see here what's happening. Here we go. Yeah, I'm excited to see what these guys can do tonight. And these guys are not on the... Go ahead.
Especially being at a 1.5 mile track, it's going to be fairly wide open, I would think, for most of this. Probably some lifting in the corners, especially when the tires get worn out a bit, but should be fairly wide open.
Yeah, I think it will be tonight. One of the things that I was seeing when we were doing practice earlier was these guys were basically running the track in fifth gear. Now, these cars, I was giving a little more insight on these cars because I don't run them a whole lot. But these cars love higher RPMs. They get faster as they basically revolutionize in their engine. So the higher the RPMs, the more the faster that you move. And when you shift up into a higher gear, you lose that RPM, so you slow down just a hair. At the bigger tracks like Michigan Auto Club, you do run that around those tracks in sixth gear. But like this track, you're going to see a lot of guys tonight running around the track in fifth gear. So, and in the draft, you may see them bump to sixth, but they're always going to go down to fifth in the corners. And that's just because it helps move the car a little bit around the corners a little bit better. So, well, as we wrap up qualifying here, we got about 1:20 left in the qualifying session. Jacob, who do you got?
I don't know. I'm liking the fact that Rob and Neil Rob and Nelly are both up in the top of the list when it comes to current times. But if Gabe is up there too, I don't know. It's gonna be kind of interesting to see what happens between them three.
Yep. So the leader right now is actually Nelly. He posted a 24.11. Gabe Abdel Hamid.
Almost. There you go.
He posted a 24.12. 1/100th of a second faster. Nelly was. Behind him is
Yeah, I
Jeremy
think that's-
Gaiman. Rob McDonald sits fourth. Craig McDonald sits fifth, and that's what we have so far. We'll go over the official lineup when we go green. So you're saying anybody in the top 3 could win it, right?
Maybe anybody top 3, top 5, probably. I don't know. It's always a toss up with these races, especially going at these speeds and with these guys who are really really good racers.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got though. I'm not picking Brian Mansfield, but he is leading in points, and he did win last week. But Neil Strader, he is currently sitting in third in points, and he's currently holding the fastest lap time right now. So it's going to be cool to see what happens here, to see where we end up tonight. Let me reload that.
Not sure
there.
what's happening with the. Oh, there it is.
Everything swapped over, and it kind of messed everything up. But we're back on track now.
Exactly. I think I noticed Neil Strader's first name is spelled wrong on that list, but
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Rob does our
it
points
is.
at the end of the night, so I'm going to blame him.
it is what it is.
That's right. All right, we're showing the grid right now. So in first place, we got Nelly Strader starting in that number 12 car tonight. It's going to be really interesting to see how he does tonight as we go green. Gabe Abdel Hamid is starting second. Third is Jeremy Gaiman. Fourth is Rob McDonald. Mr. Craig McDonald starts at fifth position as, what are we doing now? These guys are taking off a little early.
A little confusion, but they got it.
That was John Scherer that pulled out early there. These guys are going to line up, get back in their file. Where was I at? Brian Mansfield starting sixth. Seventh is Norman Chan. Eighth is Mr. Curtis Klinger. I wonder if he was ever played on that show with who played Klinger? That's a name in a TV show once.
That's a good question.
can't
We'll have to
think
look
of it.
that up after.
Yep. John Scherer starting ninth. 10th is Mr. Mike Gillenbeck. 11th is TJ Handley. And 12th is DJ Kenner. And 13th is Spencer Brown. John Barry starting in that 14th position. And that is it for this grid. I'm going to pick it right now. I think Nelly, he's been taken out in 2 races now and didn't get the finish. He's looking for revenge. He's going to stay up front all night tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Auto Club race was so close, but he just couldn't get it. And then last week, I've got to look up where we were last week because I cannot remember. It was Donington. So I never, or not Donington. What am I looking at? Jeez.
Darlington? No, it wasn't Darlington.
No,
Anyhow,
hang on.
you look up the information we need. We're going
Iowa.
green right now, guys. As that pace car is going to zip off, Nelly is going to bring them down to the line. Gabe Abdel Hamid is starting on that outside line. Nelly starting on the inside line. Or these guys are going to bring it to the restart zone. We're green, and Nelly is off like a rocket.
Good old Toyota restart zone. I remember it was
Geico.
Iowa Speedway last week. Was it Geico? It said Toyota on the grass there.
As these guys get through turn 1 and 2 pretty much easily as we come up to this. Oh, Nelly's on track.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Caution, caution. How is your forward drive there towards the end of that little run we just did?
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure what happened there. We're going back and taking a look here.
I'm very interested to see.
He just went down low and grabbed Gillenbeck. I don't know what happened. We're going to run this back a little bit. We'll watch it from Rob McDonald's point of view. Nelly's off track there and just gets right on by. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, that
We're
was
going to rewind
really
this
weird.
and watch Nelly here. Let's see what happened. We're going to focus on him up front, and maybe, he's been having issues with his equipment. I wonder, he just dips down low, tries to keep it off the baseline, and gets loose down there and grabs Gillenbeck. Man, grabs a lot of guys right there. I don't know.
I think that may have been an equipment malfunction.
He did keep it off the line, but when he got loose, he just couldn't save it, and he took out most of the rear. So,
I'm getting word from our on-track officials. He got black flagged Oh, he started before green. Okay, that's the word I'm getting.
So the Geico restart zone in Indy is a thing right now, and that's what happened. He got black flag because he jumped the green flag.
That sucks. That's going to be a big hindrance on him. Man.
Yeah, and I'm upset to see what happened. It sucks that it happened. But now I'm going to take a second, Jacob, and explain what the restart zone is for people that may not know. This restart zone was adapted by NASCAR, and Happy Hour Racing has adapted into the Indy Series. They've adapted across all of their oval racing platforms that they have this season. Now, what the Geico restart zone is on the very first start of the race. So the green flag, first part of the race. You go on the flagman. You don't get to pick in the restart zone when you want to go. Now, every restart after the first restart, or the start of the race, every flag after that, every yellow flag, every caution afterwards, the leader gets lane choice, and they get to pick inside the blue area on the track. And we'll show it here in just a second. But it's labeled Geico restart zone. It's on the wall, and it's on the asphalt on the inside of the track. And anywhere within that restart zone, the leader can go. And it's really a disadvantage to the guys that's starting P2 and the guys that are behind P2. But, you know, if they time it right, I mean, like Nelly got a black flag for jumping the green flag there. So it puts Rob McDonald in a good spot, though.
Exactly, yeah.
It puts him in a good spot. He's starting on that outside, so maybe he can get a good run. Brian Mansfield's starting into him. That took out a lot of guys in the back. Didn't really mess with the guys up front, so we're going to see what happens here as we get ready to go back green. As 962 gets around there, John Berry has more damage. He just can't catch a break tonight.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
All right, Jacob, you want to take a screen in the Geico restart zone?
Let's do it. Coming down, I believe we've got, is that Gabe in first?
That's Jeremy Gaiman.
Jeremy Gaiman in first, Rob McDonald in second. Unsure of who's
Craig
back
McDonald third, fourth Brian Mansfield, fifth Norman Chan. That's your top five. Take a screen.
We're coming down to the restart zone. The pace car is off right now, and it is going to be leader's choice of when he goes. And he is going to go
flag.
right there, and he is going. He's going to get a big jump on him. Jeremy Gaiman get a really big jump, and we're green.
Good job. You did better than Ben does sometimes.
Oh, a little bit of contact back there. Looks like fourth and fifth.
Yeah, and there's already moves being made in the back there. Guys are all over the track.
Oh, somebody on the side.
Caution, caution.
Oh.
How was your forward drive there towards the end of that little run we just did?
Who was that? That was TJ Hadley, I believe, was involved. John Shearer was involved.
Wow.
Mike Gillenbeck did make it through there. That was Gabe Abdelhamid involved in that as well. Norman Chan was also involved in that. I'm surprised he even... What?
Ooh.
How is he turning that car?
I was going to say, something's going on with that wheel. I'm not sure.
Let's go back and take a look at it. Looks like Norman Chan just got a little loose there coming off of turn 2. Sends it straight down into the wall.
Ooh.
Oh, you can see the tire. It looked like something broke on that car.
Yeah, that was weird. Because it didn't seem like he dove. He kind of eased it in to the inside, and then he just couldn't. It seemed like he couldn't move.
Yeah, but go back here and look. You can see his tires here. You can see his tires. They're turned back to the racing surface, and it just ain't turning.
Oh yeah.
So I think something may have broke on that car.
That's quite possible. You try to design these things to not break like that, but you know things can still happen, unfortunately.
Yep, and it looks like Nelly did make it back on track. He is a few laps down, but he can make that back up. You know, if he does runs his race well. But now he's got a lot of positions to make to get up there.
Exactly. I think he's capable of doing it. He should be able to do it.
Yep. Maybe he will. maybe he will get back up there. I hope he does, because Nelly is a good racer. He puts a lot of time and effort into this, and just like all the other guys, he's been having a lot of unfortunate misfortunate events happen. So
yeah, like we mentioned earlier at Auto Club, he was I believe it was one of the final laps. He was pushed out of the way, and then last week at Iowa, I can't remember the exact situation, but it was identical.
yeah,
I believe so. It was just not good, but I'm hoping that he can at least get some sort of success, maybe get a podium or something, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see. It's a guessing game at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he is holding third in points. He does set well in the point series. So even with his more misfortunes, he does set well. And we've seen it last season in some of the different events. You don't have to win a race to win a championship.
Exactly.
So.
Ooh, what just happened there?
You seen that too, didn't you?
Yeah, that was... it just went straight towards the wall. That couldn't have been good.
No. These guys are going to make it around the track one more time before we start lining back up to go green. My pick is still on Nelly, just because of the issues that have happened. He is looking to be a lap down, possibly 2 laps down. But these guys have not made it around the track completely yet. Oh, and Rob Mcdonald has got damage.
Yeah, I think he was the one that dipped down to the inside. He basically beelined it straight towards the wall. So it looks like he's going to get his second spot back.
Yeah, but
So
he's not
just
going to be able to keep
random
it because
mishap.
he's got nose damage.
He's got nose damage. That's going to hurt his aerodynamics, quite a lot. So
And the officials
he's going
may
to have to
pull
really
him.
strategize that.
The
Yeah,
officials
it's
may
possible.
pull him for sure. I would probably go into the pits right here. Rob, if you're listening to this, you've got nose damage, so he's not taking it to the pits.
I guess he's going to see if he can run with it. I mean, if he can, that'd be good, but
Well, he can't. I mean, I'm telling you, he doesn't have a front splitter. The nose of the car is, pulling a
Oh, yeah, I can see
Pinocchio.
that now. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. We're 1 to go now. Pace car lights are off. And come back around to the front stretch. We'll be going green again.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a message to his crew chief there. Hopefully he sees that. He's got nose damage. He doesn't have a splitter. I don't know. I don't think we'll make it around another lap. Seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, so Jeremy Gaiman, Rob McDonald, Craig McDonald, Mr. Curtis Klinger, Brian Mansfield, DJ Kenner, Spencer Brown, Norman Chan is all in the lead lap right now in your top 8. 9th is Mike Gillenbeck, TJ Hanley in 10th. 11th is Gabe Abdel Hamid. And 12th is Neil Schrader, or Nelly. John Shearer starting 13th. 14th is John Berry. We're going to try to get around the track one time here tonight at least. This pace car is going to come off. And we're going to try to take it back green. I really hope Rob gets out of the way because these guys are going to be moving. As they come down to the Geico restart zone, Jeremy Gaiman's going to bring them down, and Jeremy Gaiman's going to take it green.
Green flag.
As per usual, the restart zone gets a bit of a jump on the guy behind him. So it's going to be McDonald.
Oh, we got somebody
Jeremy
loose in
Gaiman,
the back.
McDonald, Rob McDonald. Oh yeah, there's some movement down there. Someone's on the apron.
It looks like
Oh!
Nelly.
That's Rob McDonald.
Caution.
He just grabbed him.
Fuck is the goddamn caution for?
Curious to know what
Wreck.
happened to Rob.
Oh, these guys are not happy. I don't know if you're
I have
hearing
no
this,
idea what's going on.
Jacob, on your
All right.
radio, but these guys are mad right now. The crew chiefs. I apologize to anybody that's watching that heard the crew chiefs yell at these guys, but they're pissed, to say the least. And Rob
Yeah,
McDonald is sitting on pit road.
Unfortunately, my radio is inoperable at this time, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you'll hear it back on the replay. I promise you. I kind of sounded like my dad yelling at me.
Oh,
bro.
Oh,
What is happening with these guys?
Something, man. I don't even know.
Is the iRacing causing a problem? I don't know. We're going to take a look at that. That was an incident under caution, and then we'll go back and look at the Rob Mcdonald accident.
Yeah, I'm getting word from Rob's crew chief. It seems like the wheel in his car somehow disconnected from the rest of the car.
Yeah, that was looked like a brake check there by Brian Mansfield that caused Nelly to go into the rear of him. This is unfortunate events tonight, and we're not even halfway through the race. Let's go back and take a look at Rob's incident.
I was gonna say, I don't even know if we're a quarter of the way through the race.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, I know Rob's had similar issues with the wheels in his cars just randomly disconnecting. I don't know. It just seems to be a curse that follows him around or something. But
yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it does. It's very interesting. I know the wheel that he's got is from a buddy of ours, and I'm thinking it may be partially his PC issue. Looks like Nelly is gonna be grabbing a position potentially, or getting in position to make a pass maybe when we go back green. He will be setting his lucky dog spot. He is currently 2 laps down tonight. I'm going to take you through the grid to see where we are right now, but we've not been able to complete a lap. Every lap that we've had tonight's been under caution. So in that first position is Jeremy Gaiman. In second is Craig McDonald. In third is DJ Kenner. Fourth is Mr. Klinger Curtis, or Curtis Klinger, however he does his name. And fifth is Norman Chan. Brian Mansfield's in sixth. Spencer Brown is currently in the pits. He sits seventh. Nelly is currently sitting eighth. Ninth is Gabe Abdel Hamid. In ninth. In 10th is John Schurer. Rob McDonald is sitting on pit road right now in 11th. Mike Gillenbeck is also sitting on pit road in 12th. TJ Handley is in 13th. And it looks like John Barry is out of the race.
You hate to see it, but things like this happen in these sorts of races, these sorts of speeds, and these tracks. I mean, it's not uncommon.
No, and we knew that we were going to have some problems tonight, but we didn't know what the extent of the damages were going to be. And
now we're seeing it.
Yeah. We've not been able to complete a lap, and we've done all of our laps under caution.
As much as we've been under caution, I think I'm going to make a solid pick. I'm liking Jeremy Gaiman. I think he's going to be my pick. He's been up front pretty much the entire night. Actually, I think the entire time. And he's a really good racer. I've seen him in races previously, and he did really, really good. So I think I'm going to go for him tonight.
He'll appreciate that pick for sure. As these guys come down, should be one to go flag here. As these guys get lined up here, Jeremy Gaiman, Craig McDonald is going to be on that front row. They will be your control cars for the rest of the pack. Can these guys make it around more than half a lap? We will see as we get ready to go green here at Charlotte under the lights. Yeah, I like your pick. Jeremy Gaiman tonight, he is doing well. He's held that position, and I mean, as long as you stay in first when the caution comes out, you got it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Our two guys, Nelly and Rob McDonald, are currently sitting a lap down right now. So we have currently only 7 cars on the lead lap out of 14, so half the field is a lap down right now. We can recap real quick here in a minute, but we're going to see if these guys can make it around. I'm going to take a screen one more time, Jacob, and hopefully we stay green till the end.
I hope so too. Let's find out.
Yes, sir. As these cars round off of turns 3 and 4 here, the pace car is going to zip into the pit road sideways like he usually does. And Jeremy Game and Craig McDonald are your control cars at that time. We're going to see how we can do going green here. Inside that Geico restart zone, and Jeremy
Green
Game
flag.
is going to go green. Gets a big jump on the backside there. I've got some moves going in the back there. Oh, Ron McDonald is around again.
Caution, caution.
Oh no.
Quickly tell me what you got.
I sincerely hope that isn't another disconnect from wheel problem.
He is pissed.
Yeah, I would be too. Oh man, can't imagine.
I'm going to take a look at it. He just gets below that stripe down there. I don't think it was an issue of wheel disconnect this time. These cars like to step out when they go below that blue and white stripe there. And
Yeah, exactly. The aerodynamics and the shapes of these cars. That one wrong move and you're going to be, going somewhere you didn't intend.
Yeah, and it looks like Rob has pulled his car out of pit lane back to the hauler. He is done for the evening.
You hate to see it, but like I mentioned earlier, these things happen. These cars are kind of relentless and unforgiving in their own ways. So it's really a struggle to get these cars to do what you want to do.
Well, and the big thing with these cars is if you keep them below that blue and keep them above that blue and white stripe, they run well. But we've just not been able to see them run tonight. I mean, we've been completely under caution tonight. And I just want to mention tonight, with us being under caution so much, we may run behind tonight on the GT3 race, but we will get to the GT3 race as soon as we can. If it happens to start after this, or it starts during this race, we will get to that race as soon as we can. So,
Yep.
I like Craig McDonald's car. It's got Macbeth on the side, Turtle Beach on the side. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering what that said. I couldn't read it from here, but I noticed that we've also got a couple of other notable skins or liveries that we've seen previously.
Yep. Let's
I
talk
believe
about.
Mansfield's rocking the autism awareness car.
Yeah, he is. He rocks it every week. He says that he does it because he has a family member. I believe it's a child on the spectrum, and or on the spectrum, and he just does it to raise awareness for autism. So
Exactly, it's a great cause, and we appreciate him doing that.
Yep.
We've got a couple other. I believe we have a Navy car
yep, Mike Gillenbeck.
and a Navy car, and I believe there was a.
There's an Air
I don't know
Force
if it
car
was
too.
I think it was. Yeah, I was gonna say it's an Air Force car.
Yep, Norman
So,
Chan's driving an Air
definitely,
Force car.
Definitely some really good skins and all that. So
Yeah, and Rob McDonald was running our. She's sitting out of the race. He was running the United Racing Network car.
different United.
Yeah. United Racing Network car tonight, and so
Yeah, just wasn't able to make it work, but it is what it is.
yep, we'll still pay him well.
I'm getting word from Rob's crew chief. It seems the wheel actually did disconnect again during that last one. So
Yeah, I'm getting that text message too. Did he learn a new language when he was pissed?
well, I believe Rob knows French. He is Canadian, so he probably knows French. He was probably not very happy having to use the French language, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with him. So. Well, guys, if we can't make it green here, we may just may just start talking to some of these drivers as they pace around here and see how they're doing. I mean, I see what's happening, and well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll figure it out. This track is horrible. I will tell you that firsthand. This track with these cars are horrible. And actually, at Charlotte, when they ran the 600-mile race for NASCAR, they actually had the most cautions in a single race here at Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah, they ran like 110, 115 laps under caution.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, for sure. These guys will be starting single file. Admin control has changed it to a single file restart. That has seemed to fix a lot of the issues starting side by side. How much of the issue will it fix? We'll see. But these guys will be starting single file. Jeremy Gaiman will still bring them to the restart zone and start when he's ready. But that's where we're sitting at. Race control has moved it to a single file restart. So we will see if this fixes the issue with the cautions we've been seeing tonight.
Hopefully it does, but all we can do is just sit here and wonder and watch and observe.
Our drone camera operators are doing a good job getting close to the line.
This car dips off, and Gaiman's going to come up to the Geico restart zone.
Green
And
flag.
he's going to go right there, right at the beginning, so he's going to get a nice jump on, I believe that's McDonald.
Yep,
in
Craig
second position.
McDonald there.
So Jeremy Gaiman, Craig McDonald, DJ Kinner, Norman Chan, Curtis Klinger, top 5. Jeremy Gaiman getting a nice 3/10 lead, but he's not going to be able to hold it for very long. Looks like McDonald's going to kind of bridge the gap a little bit.
Yeah, they will in these straightaways, but Norman Chance drifts up the track. Oh, he's going to get down just in time. And 9:47, we're going to complete a lap here at Charlotte for the first time tonight.
Good thing. Let's hope it stays that way.
You've got some moves being made here in the back of the pack here, or in the mid-pack, 4 and 5, 4th and 5th. Looks like Mr. Curtis Klinger is trying to make a pass to Norman Chan. Mike Gillenbeck is down off track. Mike Gillenbeck is down off track. I'm not sure what happened. We are getting an indicator that he did crash. We'll go back and take a look at it here in just a second. This is Mike Gillenbeck's accident. Mike Gillenbeck just gets a little loose there off the track and spins it, but he was outside of the racing surface and he was able to get it off the track.
Well, it's good on him for keeping it out and keeping us green and everything. So that's good. Jeremy Gaiman has increased his lead over Craig McDonald with 0.6, 0.6 of a second. So he's making some ground, but I would imagine McDonald's around.
He's off track.
I believe he caught Klinger. He caught somebody. I think he did.
Curtis Klinger still in the race though. He does have damage on that. Put it back. He does not have damage. It just looks like it.
I believe we're still.
Yep, we're still green.
Still green.
Yep.
Jeremy Gaiman, DJ Kinner, Curtis Klinger, Norman Chan, and Brian Mansfield, top 5. Jeremy Gaiman, 1.6 second lead over DJ Kinner. So he's definitely racing hard, but he's got to be thinking about strategy. He's got to be thinking about tires and fuel, and he's got to stop sometime.
Yeah, but these guys were able to conserve under the yellow flags. If you do it right, you can conserve a lot of fuel under caution. So, these guys almost halfway under caution, they probably won't pit but one time to that.
It's good on him then. He should be able to work it out for a good amount of time.
And everybody seems to be spaced apart now on track, which is, I'm going to just go ahead and say it, a godsend tonight. These guys were really, really trying to, I could tell they were trying to get on each other's nerves just a little bit. We'll look at the track map here. You can see everybody is just around, they're not around each other now, which is what they needed. They needed to separate and just run their race. These cars are fast on their own. They don't need any help. And now it's going to be who makes a mistake tonight and who can stay out the longest and win the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And, up front, number 2 here in the game, and DJ Kenner. The lead has increased very slightly. Went down to 1.2 there, but now it's at 1.4. 1.4 second gap for the game. So.
Yeah, looking at these lap times here, you see how comparable they are. They're very comparable in the 24-second range for most of the top group. Now, we only have 6 cars on the lead lap right now. 7 through 14 are all lap down. So Jeremy Gaiman, DJ Kenner, Curtis Klinger, Norman Chan, Brian Mansfield, and Spencer Brown are all on the lead lap. As you can see them coming down the track right there.
Track map. Like we took a look at the track map earlier. The spacing out, you can't really get a sense of it until you look at times. The distance between Kenner and Klinger is an entire second and a half. Space between Klinger and Chan is only about a half second, so they're fairly close together. But you've still got really good space. The space between Chan and Mansfield is 3.5 seconds. So it's about to be almost 4 seconds.
Yeah, but that don't really mean. I will tell you this though, it doesn't really mean a whole lot here. You know, if you get in the draft, you can pick up 5 seconds on a straightaway. So that doesn't really mean a whole lot when it compares to how fast these cars actually are. These cars at this track at top speed, it's 228 miles an hour. That's the fastest one I see. Actually, I take that back. 230. Norman Chan has posted a 230 mile an hour top speed right now.
Ooh.
These cars are flying around this mile and a quarter or mile and a half track. So,
like I said, it's interesting to see that kind of metric. Look at it. So. And sometimes I can give you a sense of speed and a sense of scale when you're dealing with cars like these and on a track like this.
Yeah, for sure. Michael Gillenbeck has went off track again. And Mike Gillenbeck's going to grab the wall. Can he get off track before? He does get off track, and we stay green.
That's good.
Caution.
And there is debris on the
You want
track.
something to drink?
There is caution.
Yes, you'll take a Captain
Debris on
Morgan and
track,
Diet Coke.
Oh. We had a good green flag run there, right there though. That was good.
Yeah, let's see if these guys can do it again though.
I hope so.
And with that, guys, as we go under caution number 5 tonight, we were going to take you side by side for side by side action under the lights here at Charlotte. So when we get back, hopefully we'll be green. So we'll see you here after our Twitch ad break. Well, Jacob, we are under caution number 5 tonight. At Charlotte under the lights, we knew it was going to be a problem tonight. We didn't know how much of a problem it was going to be, but we have found out tonight.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of times it's going to be a problem. I think we've seen that at Iowa. We saw that at Auto Club. It's some of these tracks with these cars can be relentless. So it's just kind of, you know, it plays out how it plays out.
Yeah, it looks like Rob McDonald has pulled out a new car, and he's back on track.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
Looks like our previous race leader, Jeremy Gaiman, looks to be in 4th or 5th right now.
No, he's still showing first. He's just got some lap cars in front of him from that pit stop they did. So, when they come back off of, when they get the one to go, which should be this time by, those top 4 cars or top 3 cars will move out of the way, and they'll either fall back or they'll get their lap, one of the two. So.
Well, that's interesting. Jeremy Gaiman's car has GeForce, NVIDIA GeForce RTX and AMD Ryzen on the side.
I'm glad. I'm surprised. I'm kind of shocked on how they got that on there together. Them two companies fight like cat and dogs.
Yeah, I'd say they're rivals in the graphics card space, but you know, maybe he uses both. Maybe he likes both.
Yeah, maybe.
Although with it being NVIDIA GeForce, that's graphics, and then AMD Ryzen is CPU, so
it could be a system.
Yeah, it could be. Not a bad combination. AMD Ryzen CPUs aren't too bad, but I'm not going to get into that whole can of worms because I'll talk about it for an hour, and then we won't have any race content to watch.
Well, I mean, we did have a good green flag run, but if we go under caution again, I may take you up on that offer to teach me a few things about those.
Exactly, yeah. Of course, I don't own an AMD CPU myself. I have owned one in the past, but it was a much older one, and they've upped their game quite significantly since the launch of Ryzen, which was back in 2017, I think.
Nice.
So it's been a number of years.
Yep. So back out of the nerd talk, back to the racing talk.
Sorry.
In first place is Jeremy Gaiman. Second is Curtis Klinger. And third is DJ Kenner. Brian Mansfield's in that 4th position. Norman Chan's in 5th. Spencer Brown's in 6th. That's your lead lap cars. All right. Craig McDonald, John Shearer, Neil Strader, Gabe Abdel-Hamid, Mike Gillenbeck, Rob McDonald, TJ Hadley, and John Berry are all lap down in that order on the track. So we will see how they do tonight as we get lined back up to go back green. You can see the lap cars are making their way around to catch the field one more time. They've got to catch them before they reach the start-finish line, or they're going to be, I'm not going to say hung out to dry because you've seen how much spacing they gave everybody, but we'll see what happens as we move forward here.
Exactly. And good job on pronouncing Gabe's last name. You've done it correctly 3 times in a row, so good job.
Nice. I enjoy doing things right the first time.
It takes practice, but
yeah,
we'll get there in the end. There's different ways to get to 10, you know, whichever way you want to do it.
I'm pretty sure the only way to get to 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So.
No, I'm talking about adding or multiplying or whatever. You know, there's different ways to get to it.
All right, whatever. We're going back green. As we come off of caution number 5, we're going to be going green flag. We're going to the green flag here. Jeremy Gaiman is going to be bringing the rest of the pack down to the Geico restart zone single file because it seemed to work last time.
Flag.
We're green. Let's go racing.
Something pretty common with these restart zones. You're going to see him get a big jump right off the start because that's, you know, they're the ones
somebody's
starting.
wrecking again.
Caution.
That's Rob McDonald.
What do you think, bud? You think you're all right out there?
Not again. I mean, that was kind of unavoidable. He couldn't control the car. It went up the track, so. Oh my.
I am trying my best not to laugh. I'm laughing out of disappointment.
I can't help but to laugh sometimes at this. It's
The good thing is the damage doesn't look bad. So if he's able to get it in and get that tire put back on and maybe get the front end redid, he may be back out there in a few minutes.
It doesn't look bad except for the sparks coming off his car.
Well, that's just because the tire fell off, okay? But
I mean, yeah.
Oh man, Rob, I am sorry.
To someone not as familiar, it would look pretty bad.
Yeah, let's go back and watch that.
We've seen this kind of thing before. So. Yeah,
and Rob tried to avoid it.
He tried to avoid it, but he just had nowhere to go. That was completely unavoidable.
And I'm trying to figure out what Norman Chan was doing down there.
Yeah, that was interesting.
No, what Norman Chan? Who was that? I don't know who that was.
Actually.
It was Spencer Brown.
Spencer Brown, okay.
Trying to figure out what he did, what he was doing. Oh, he got loose going into one. Takes it to the apron and then just gets sideways, and Rob just happens to collect the wrong end of it.
Yeah. Like we mentioned, there's nothing anybody could have done. You know, Spencer couldn't control the car going up the track, and Rob tried to avoid, but he just didn't have enough space. He didn't have enough time, so.
And Rob McDonald is out of the race. Again.
He tried. He got a backup car, but just couldn't make it happen.
So, Rob, if you're watching this, go calm down. We got a GT3 race after this, brother. He's going to shoot me when he sees me again.
Oh,
He is definitely going to get. He may yell at me. Actually, he may not shoot me, but he can't. He's in Canada. He can't shoot me, but he can definitely yell at me.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The top 6 has not changed at all. So looks like Neil Schrader is still, or Nelly is still 3 laps down. Craig McDonald's 1 lap down. John Schure's 3 laps down, and Gabe Hamid is 4 laps down and 10th. Rob McDonald, Mike Gillenbeck, TJ Hadley, and John Berry are all out of this race as of right now. But we are halfway.
That's good.
We are definitely halfway. DJ Kenner stepping outside. He may be looking at doing some moves here as he's letting cars by, but we'll see what happens. Guys, if you're sticking around for the GT3 race after this, we may or may not have a post-race, depending on the time crunch to get to that race. So we'll try to have a post-race if possible, but we may not be able to. So just making you guys aware, if you're sticking around for the pre-race for this, or the post-race, we may or may not have one depending on time.
Yeah, I think that's been a sort of, well, it was a similar situation for the Auto Club race for the first Indy race of the season. We just didn't have time. The race went on too long, and we had to jump over to GT3. The Iowa race, we had to cut off the stream early because Rob had some personal things come up, and so we couldn't stream past the IndyCar race. And we never got to do the GT3. We did talk to some of the drivers after that one, after the IndyCar series for that week, though. But then this week, it seems like we may not have enough time. But
we'll see.
Pace car is off. They're going to be coming down to the Geico restart zone. We'll take this one if you want me to.
Yep, do it.
Green, green, green.
Jeremy Gaiman in front. He's going to take off and not get as much of a gap as I thought he was going to, but he's still going to get a gap. The first 2 are going to get a gap on the rest of the field.
Yeah, it looked like DJ Kenner's tried to step out there and just didn't.
And I'm really liking Jeremy Gaiman. He's been up front all night.
Neil Schrader's in a position here. He's setting for the lucky dog right now. As it looks like John Shearer's getting up high there off of turn 4. And we're still green. We're still green. Thank God.
Oh, no, caution's out. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. Weird little artifact there on the screen, but we're good. Still green.
Yep, and Neil Schrader's going to make the pass on Norman Chan there. He's trying to get his laps back. He's still going to be a contender as long as he can get these laps back, and he's been fast all night. Neil Schrader's going to get the pass on Mansfield here going on the outside. This is not for position. Mansfield still holds his place in 4th.
Not for position. He just wants to get back on the lead lap, and I hope he does. He really needs some sort of success.
He needs some prayers tonight, guys. If you're a Neil Schrader fan, just make sure you say a prayer and hope he can get them laps back. We're coming down to 25 to go. The graphic has changed, and we're on the final stretch of this race. Jeremy Gaiman still holds a commanding lead, but it's only got a little bit of an interval over Curtis Klinger here. And as they come off of, Curtis Klinger gets a little loose coming off of 4.
Yeah, I think that was that bump up high.
Yeah, I think that's what that was too. And these guys are having to do so much in these cars right now. We're going to go to the Cockpit View, the roll bar camera, sponsored by Admin Box tonight. Brian Mansfield is the one that has that camera tonight. You can see that steering wheel there. He's got knobs and buttons and stuff he can press. He's constantly changing stuff on his car tonight to keep this car in tow of where it needs to be. So you can just see how fast he's moving tonight. And he's actually not getting out of 6th gear.
And we mentioned earlier that a lot of these guys would want to go around in 5th gear to keep the car in check. But I guess it's a personal choice if you want to keep it in 6th. Kind of makes, it can make a world of difference depending on how you drive.
Yeah, and these guys are entering the turns up high now, so there may not be enough stuff going on tonight. As we come down to 21 to go, Jeremy Gaiman still holds that lead of about a half a second over Curtis Klinger. I'm not really sure about Curtis Klinger tonight, how he races, but I know DJ Kenner is knocking on DJ Kenner is knocking on Curtis's door of about a second off, which, like I said, can be made up in the draft on the backstretch. So, it's going to be interesting what these guys can do when it comes down to 10 to go. How much maneuvers they're having to make, what type of positions they're going to make, and who's going to be making the money moves tonight to get to the front. As you see Neil Strader right there towing in behind, DJ Kenner trying to do something to get his laps back. Looks like John Shearer has wrecked. Or he... I don't know. I don't know what that was.
That was interesting. And looks like he's actually out of this race now.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to bring a caution out, but he's off the racing surface. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll leave that up to speculation.
Yep. Kenner still trying to gain on Klinger. Klinger's still trying to gain on Gaiman. The gap between Kenner and Klinger is closing, but the gap between Klinger and Gaiman is opening up even more.
Kenner and Klinger is not an easy thing to say.
No, it's right there. It's right there on that threshold of messing it up. So.
Jeremy Gaiman is really had a. Well, that was interesting. He had a 1.6 second lead, and then it dropped to 0.6. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's because he got in the draft.
Oh, okay.
That's how fast it goes down.
Interesting.
And Nelly is starting to go in behind DJ Kenner now. So DJ Kenner is going to get a bump off or get a boost off of Nelly's draft to push him forward into Klinger. So we're going to see this tighten up now as we hit 15 to go here at the line.
It's going to get a lot crazier, but hopefully not too crazy. We don't need the beginning of the race to happen again.
No, not at all. You can see the amount of draft that Klinger and Kenner and Nelly are both all three getting. As somebody's down low right there, I thought that was David Mead. Actually, he's out of the race.
I think that's Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown is in the pits right now. I believe that was Spencer Brown on the bottom of the track.
Okay. You just see the amount of real work they're making here to get around this track. I mean, it's very, very tight. Neil Strader is right on the rear end of DJ Kenner. And Nelly is not full position. Neil Strader is not full position. He gets sideways there, coming off turn 4. He's just trying to get his laps back here.
Yeah, he's just trying to put himself in a position to maximize the ability for him to get back, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. Really needs cautions for Lucky Dog, but that depends on if we're going to get that or not.
Yeah, and these guys are coming down to 12 laps to go here. Looks like Jeremy Gaiman has checked out 3 seconds ahead. He is gone to the house. He's just driving Miss Daisy at this point.
As much as I'd like to say that, he's a full almost 3 seconds now. As much as I'd like to say that he's gonna, walk away with this, it's still 11 to go. Anything can happen on this track with these cars with 11 laps to go.
You're right. I'm not dissing that at all, but I just know what I'm seeing here. Where you have lap traffic now that's in the mix, that's coming into the mix, but Gaiman is steadily increasing his laps by about 1/10 of a second each lap. He's not decreased his lap time. So
yeah, the likelihood is going up that he's going to, that everyone's going to say where they're at. But like I said, anything could happen. You could blow an engine, blow a tire. You hope that doesn't happen. Anything can happen. But the likelihood for something happening like that is fairly low. As long as he's keeping his tires in check, making sure that he's still good. Fuel really hasn't been an issue. So as long as he's keeping everything in check, he should be fine.
I agree. I don't know if Jeremy Gaiman's even pitted. Let's take a look at the pit stints real quick while we got a chance here. He did pit 27 laps ago. Mansfield pitted 26. So most everybody except for Craig McDonald has pitted on lap 27. Craig McDonald pitted on lap 36. Neil Schrader pitted on lap 41. So
yeah, again, he's up to 3.4 now, so he's pretty much got this. 7 to go. The field really hasn't changed. Jeremy Gaiman in first, Curtis Klinger, DJ Kinner, Ryan Mansfield, Norman Chan, all on the lead lap. Craig McDonald in sixth, lap down. Neil Schrader 3 laps down in seventh. Spencer Brown 4 laps down in eighth, and then Abdel Hamid, Shearer, McDonald, Robert McDonald, Gillenbeck, Hanley, and Barry are all out.
Yep. So, you still got Gaiman, huh?
Yeah, I've still got him. He's been in the lead this entire race. I don't see that changing.
I don't either. We're coming down to 5 to go here. He is approaching lap traffic here. He is definitely approaching lap traffic. So
yep, he just got to keep himself in line and make sure that he's good. Ooh. That was interesting. Something happened with the timing there.
Yep, there we go. So Gaiman's approaching. It looks like he's approaching Craig McDonald. Craig McDonald, he needs to start looking at ways to move out of the way and get off the racing line because Jeremy Gaiman's moving fast and moving in a hurry. So
speaking of Jeremy Gaiman, looks like Curtis Klinger has actually decreased the distance between the two. Gaiman's only got a 2.6 second lead instead of 3.4 like it was just a couple laps ago.
yeah, and then Neil Schrader's sitting good in 7th right now. He's trying to toe behind DJ Kenner, but with 3 laps to go, I think he's just looking to finish the race now. He doesn't really have moves to make. He doesn't have anybody in front of him to make a move on. So, where these guys are sitting right now, baby, where they finish.
Yeah, with 3 to go, I wouldn't expect anything different. You never know. I mean, Curtis Klinger is really increasing that lead. Oh, something's going on with the timing. There it is. Found it.
Yeah, the cameras are acting crazy. I click on one name and everybody goes crazy.
Yep.
So Jeremy Gaiman's coming down, entering turns 3, entering turns 4. He's going to be taking the white flag this time by, and he's got to get through 1 lap. Whatever flag flies next ends the race. Hopefully it's a checkered for Gaiman. It could be a caution flag, but either way it goes right now, nobody is in contention to take his position. Curtis Klinger has decreased the lead to 1.35 seconds. Gaiman's going to come around through turns 3. He's entering turn 4, exiting turn 4 now, and Jeremy Gaiman is going to be your winner tonight at Charlotte under the lights. Following second is going to be Klinger. Third, DJ Kenner. Fourth, Mansfield. Fifth, Norman Chan. Craig McDonald has got a lap to go. Neil Strader is going to finish 7th. Brown in 8th. And that's who's going to finish the race tonight, guys.
Yeah, Jeremy Gaiman, an absolutely amazing racer. Seen him in races the past 2 weeks. He races hard, he races clean, and for him to get the win is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
so he's got to be happy. And I believe this is actually, I think this is his first win with Happy Hour.
I believe it is.
So definitely good to get it here under the lights of Charlotte Motor Speedway here in North Carolina. He's happy. He's spinning all over the front stretch there.
Yeah, he is. All right, guys. Well, Jacob, your guy won tonight. You picked him when we were under the early cautions. You said if he was maintaining, and he did. So good job on your selection tonight. My guy, unfortunately, did not make it up to the front. But
yeah, that's unfortunate, but you know, that's what happens.
It is, unfortunately, as we look through the final race results here. Jeremy Gaiman is your winner tonight. Curtis Klinger is finishing in 2nd. DJ Kenner in 3rd. Brian Mansfield's in 4th. Norman Chan's in 5th. 6th is Craig McDonald. 7th is Neil Strader. He's still going to do good on points. Even though he finished 7th, he's still going to have a good position in points. 8th is Spencer Brown. Gabe Abdel-Hamid is in 9th. John Schurer is in 10th. Mike Gillenbeck is in 11th. Rob McDonald finished 12th. TJ Hadley finished 13th. And 14th was John Berry. Good job tonight, guys. Everybody that's here to stick around for the GT3 race, will be live with that. Hopefully at the top of the hour, if we can get everything working right with iRacing. So we'll see you here at the top of the hour. All right, guys. Well, we are here at Circuit Park, Zandvoort. I'm not sure how that is supposed to be said, but we're in the Netherlands tonight. We went from Charlotte to the Netherlands in 3.5 seconds. Don't know how we did it tonight. Rob will be joining me in the booth momentarily, but we are here with GT3 with happy hour tonight. We've seen some familiar faces on track tonight. Rob, you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I just got off the phone. I fired my mechanic, engineer, basically my entire race team. So, yeah, we're good.
Well, you know, I know a group. They're from Junior Motorsports. They're looking at creating a good iRacing team. Maybe we can get you involved with them. You know,
Maybe. Maybe I won't have issues like I just did. So.
yeah, for sure. So, Circuit Park in the Netherlands. I'm gonna leave that Zandvoort or however you say that. And I'm gonna leave that to what you probably say that name better than me.
Zandvoort?
Zandvoort. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Well, the previous race was pretty rough, but that's past us now. That's water under the bridge. We're here with GT3 Eurasia Series on Tuesday night. You know, they do Eurasia, they do Americas, they do two separate series here now. One on Tuesday, one on Thursday. It's Tuesday, so we're across the pond.
Yep.
We are across the pond tonight. And looking at the point series tonight, guys, we have a close points battle between Philip Forrester and Eric McCready. 1 point behind right now. Jose and Mike Ware is tied for that third position. In that fifth position is Sean Crooks, and sixth is Eddie Baker. Seventh is Mason Neal. We have a tie for that ninth position between Jamie Maudsley and Charles Harris. We got a lot of position battles going on for the points tonight.
Yeah, that's true. And we are 2 races in. So, I don't know. These guys seem to stay fairly close in the points throughout the season. I mean, even last season, there wasn't that much of a difference between, you know, first, second, third, fourth, etc. as we went down. Now, as we get down, these guys will have dropped races, so that will create some of that separation there.
Yeah, but how much separation, though, I wonder?
Well, it all depends. You know, if, say, for example, you know, one person finishes first every race and they get the, you know, 50 point, or I believe it's 40 points. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 40 points for the win. You know, throughout the entire season, they do that. Well, 2 of those races are going to drop off. So right there, that's almost 80 points that's disappearing, where, you know, it all depends really. And we'll have to see at the end of the season.
Yeah.
That's the only time we'll actually know.
Yeah, we're week 3 out of 12. So we're still early into the season on both series. Now, we're going to have a Eurasia points winner. We're going to have an America's points winner. And then we're going to have a world champion out of both of those for people that race in both the series. So do you think we're going to have the world champion? Do you think that they're, what am I looking for here, the words? Out of both series, who are you picking to win as the world champion?
I honestly can't pick right now. It is way too early in the season. And just judging by the numbers we have now, it's impossible to do that. So, I mean, talk to me in, you know, another 3-4 weeks, and I'll probably be able to pick out a pattern and see where people are sitting. So,
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a selection though.
all right.
Philip Forrester is my guy.
Okay.
And the reason I'm picking Philip Forrester is that he's been doing well every week and every series that we've seen him in the GT3, Eurasias and Americas. I think he's going to be our world champion. I don't think he's going to win all 3 series, you know, like the world champion title plus Eurasia and Americas. But I do think with his consistency being up front, I believe he may be a world champion.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I can see that because I believe it was in the Next Gen series last season. I don't believe Mansfield won any and ended up finishing first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm excited for the Super Speedway Series. I've not won anything yet, and I'm sitting first in points. So, you know, I'll take what I can there.
I mean, I'm getting there.
It'd be cool to get all three of us up top, you know.
It would. I mean, I won that race on Thursday night there, and that was a hell of a battle.
Yeah, I pushed you to the front, didn't I?
No, you didn't push me to the front. Well, I mean, at one point you did.
Yeah, well, you know.
But
I had to break away and go with my buddy Eddie, so.
Yeah.
That was a good battle, though.
Always. We're supposed to be
Oh,
teammates.
look at that. That's a Shark car for Shark Week.
There you go.
You know, Shark Week's like 7 weeks long now.
Yeah. It's like Shark 2 months.
Cool scheme. That's Mark Joseph.
Okay.
That's a new guy.
Yeah. I don't believe I've seen him.
I've not seen that.
Actually, I think we saw him last week.
Oh,
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't remember. But
I do the points. I see too many names, so.
Tell me about it.
We are an hour and 2 minutes into practice. And they run 70-minute practices?
Yep, 70-minute practices. We'll go for a 10-minute qualifying session around this track. So while we're getting close to that, let's go over race info.
Alrighty.
This track is it's a little over 2.5 miles long. Track temperature is currently sitting at 96 degrees. That's a very optimal racing temperature for these cars. Between 95 and 100, you can even mess with 105 for racing temperatures depending on the humidity. So we're doing good. We're in Zandvoort, Netherlands. I think that's how you say it. And this is the Grand Prix configuration. Now, some track facts on Circuit Park tonight. The fastest time ever recorded was June 19th, 2022 by Jules Guana. He was driving a Mercedes AMG tonight.
All right.
His time was a 134.111, which has not been broken yet.
It is not, which is surprising because normally tracks that we visit, like at least 3 or 4 guys beat out the top speed that's ever been recorded at the track.
Yeah, and that's not happened yet. We're not even really close. Philip Forster's best time, he's leading us in practice right now. His fastest time was a 1:35.13.
Yeah, so he's about a second off.
Yeah, about a second off. This track has 14 turns tonight, and there's a lot of technical turns here, and it's not very wide.
No,
in some parts.
A lot of 180-degree turns as well.
And we're doing 40 minutes worth tonight, so we will see a pit stop for fuel tonight. Now, Rob, why will we not see them taking tires tonight?
So why they don't take tires is because, well, when they come in and stop for fuel, these tires cool off, they regain their grip. But also, when they go into the pits, due to IMSA rules, you are not able to fuel the car while it is in the air. So they'd have to change tires, drop it, then fuel it, and go. So for speed, they just come in, they get the fuel, they let the tires cool down a bit, they let the brakes cool down a bit, so that way they're able to get back out there and be as fast as they can.
Yeah, and I've always been told that usually in an IMSA series, the tires are not changed until they hit their second pit stint. After their second pit stint's over with and they come in for their third refueling, that's when they change the tires and stuff. That's when you're doing the 24-hour races, the 12-hour races. It's like that as you see Charles Harris cut through the sand there.
You just overcooked that corner a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Our guy Eddie Baker's on track tonight. He's currently holding the second fastest time with a 1:36.19. He's a full second off of Philip Forster.
Wow. Now, two people we haven't seen on track yet are JP Alfonso and Ben Mark, it looks like.
Yep, them two have not made it on track yet. And, JP usually hangs back and watches everybody else. He does his practice before the race. So he's just kind of watching what everybody else is doing tonight. Eddie Baker's, pushing some good times. He's done about 19 and a half laps around this track. So, he's getting close to the end there. Philip Forster has been on track the longest tonight, it looks like. He's put in 27 laps total.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't do this.
Especially after your Indy race.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that one.
I told you we wasn't going to.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I invented languages.
I probably did. So we're going to talk about the newcomer of the league. We highlight a newcomer. We call them a newcomer because they may hold an A license in the racing, but they're new to the league. And that guy tonight is Sean Parker. Sean Parker is new to the league this season. He's currently sitting ninth right now. He pushed a 1:37.41 as his fastest lap time. And we just want to congratulate Sean Parker for joining us tonight for the GT3 race on Eurasia Series.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always great to see new drivers come in and mix it up a little bit with the veterans of the league and, showcase their talents so we can see what they can do.
Yeah, and so you guys at the house can see what they can do too.
Yep.
And if you hadn't done it already, guys, share the link to this stream before we go live. You're not going to want to miss the action that the GT3 series puts on. Our best races that we've saved on our saved our VODs on Twitch has been from GT3. So you want to watch it live. Why watch a recording when you can watch it live? So as Sean Parker gets around, or actually drifts that corner.
Drifts it. Wow.
And he saves it.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, rookie.
I wouldn't call him a rookie.
No, he is sitting with an A license at 2.15 safety rating.
Yeah, so.
He's better than I am. I hold a D license. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah. So do I. So.
All right. Well, with that being said, guys, we got about 2 minutes before we go to our qualifying session. So we're going to take you to our advertisements brought to you by JP Alfonso Studios and App Inbox. So we'll be right back after the break. All right, Rob, you got a pick?
Let's see here. I'm going to go with Canadian boy Alex Brown.
Alex Brown?
He's got to be a newcomer because I have not seen that name before. And, he's a Canadian boy, so, we got to stick together sometimes.
Sure, I guess. Whatever you say. Well,
what about you?
I'm gonna go with our buddy Eddie Baker.
All right.
I'm gonna pick him one more time to see if the curse that I put on people has been lifted. Maybe it has, but
No,
Eddie Baker is gonna be my pick again. I think I picked him the last GT3 race that we watched, but I want to see him get one. I really do. We're gonna see our normals up there. JP's gonna be up there. David tomorrow is going to be up there. Philip Forster's going to be up there. Eric McCready. But Eddie Baker has been shifted back each race since we've started the season. So hopefully he can get something going here.
Yeah, let's hope he does that here tonight. So as we get set for qualifying, These guys are going to be on the track. It's going to look like they're on the track at the same time, but they are not. They are each in their individual qualifying sessions, and we'll be jumping through them to just take a look and see how they go around this track.
Yep, and our in-car camera tonight, sponsored by Admin Box, is belonging to our guy Philip Forrester. We want to see him run around the track. He's the fastest. They attached the camera to that car as soon as we figured out who our fastest lap time was in practice. So he has the roll bar cam tonight.
Alrighty. Beautiful Ferrari.
Good interior too.
It is. It's a little cramped, but that's just me. I mean, it's nothing compared to the IndyCar, but
That is true.
but it's comfortable in there. It's like laying down.
Yeah, and that Mercedes right there is looking fantastic. Now, you pick Chevy, every week when we do NASCAR, but do you have a change in your manufacturer tonight?
Porsche. It's always Porsche.
Okay, I guess you don't.
No. I mean, I'm a Porsche guy. I can't change. It's the same as, when I jump, like you said, when we jump into the next gen, it's always Chevy. All I race are Chevys. So I may be biased there, but sue me.
You're very, very biased there. Philip Forrester, man, you're driving that Ferrari around and you do good in it, but the Mercedes, there's more Mercedes out on this track than there are anything else tonight.
Yeah, well, that comes with the update for iRacing. They've made that car a little bit easier to handle. I mean, I know I drove it once and I could barely keep it on the track. This one seems a little bit more tame. I mean, I'm sure you can agree to that because you've now moved to the AMG.
Yeah, I can tell you it definitely wasn't the best one. I'm getting word that JP Alfonso's having computer issues tonight.
Oh, no.
Just hadn't been a good season for him this year.
No, it hasn't. Hopefully he can get that fixed and maybe make it out on the track.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, another 7 minutes worth of qualifying. So, he's one of those guys that can, if he needed to, he can make the passes and go to the front from the back. So,
yeah, for sure. And I mean, we've seen him do it. So,
yeah,
that's another beautiful car.
That's a lot. There's a lot going on with that car, but I do like it. Does it say liquid money?
Is it?
See, it said liquor money or... It's either liquor money or liquid money. I'm hoping it's
where
liquor
are you
money.
seeing that?
Right there on the tail.
Oh, on the wing.
Yeah.
I think we might have to
it
get the
says
drone
liquor
camera.
molly.
Okay. Whatever that means.
Oh, no, it don't. There's an I there. It's LIQUI. What does that stand for?
Liquid?
No.
Is it liquid money?
No, it's molly. The bottom part is molly. The top part is like liqueur molly. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna get somebody else that'll make my head hurt trying to figure it out. This is David Tamara running around. He's driving that beautiful 418 Porsche tonight, and he's putting down some good laps. Philip Forster currently holds our fastest lap of the evening, though.
Yeah, well, that's different for tomorrow to run that Porsche. Normally he's in a BMW.
I thought that. I was wondering. I was wondering about that.
It's painted almost the same.
Yeah, and you know what I'm excited about though? I got a dedicated PC now just for me on my iRacing, kind of like you did, and I'm having some success with it.
How are you?
Maybe we can actually do some good racing there.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's Eric McCready driving that beautiful Mercedes, the 311 McMulloch Mercedes. That's a tongue twister.
Oh, apparently it's an oil additive for European cars.
Well, You know what? I'm gonna stick to my Valvoline or Valvoline or
Valvoline. There you
what did I? What did I say?
go. I don't even know.
It's too late for this.
It is.
It's way too late. We're 5 minutes in. Jesus.
5 minutes in, another 45 to go.
Hey, but it's gonna be exciting racing though. I mean, I'm really excited to see how these cars go around this track because I'm just sitting here looking at this track map. Turns 11 and 12, that's gonna be some tight racing. I don't know if you've looked at the track map, but 11 and 12 is tight.
Well, just looking at the track map makes my head hurt, so.
To what now?
I said just looking at the track map makes my head hurt.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
There is.
You know, this track was opened in 1948.
Really?
3 years after the end of World War II.
There you go.
That's a fact if you ever did it. Well, as these guys get some extra practice laps in here tonight, guys, we are gonna just go silent. We're gonna collect ourselves. I'm gonna go grab some water because I need some after the Indy race, and we'll be back when we guys start the grid. All right, Rob, you ready to go live here?
Absolutely. I'm ready for 40 minutes of racing. Let's go.
40 minutes. I love it. There's the grid tonight. Let's back this up to beginning here. All right. Philip Forrester's going to be your leader tonight. He started on pole with the fastest lap time of 1:35.358. Sean Crooks is starting second. Eric McCready starting third. Fourth is Alex Brown. Eddie Baker starting in that fifth position. Sixth, David Tamara. Seventh, Mike Weir. Eighth is Scott Shepard. He's a Canadian boy. Do you know that, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Ninth, Sean Parker. He is our newcomer to the league tonight. He's the spotlight is on him tonight. And Mark Joseph in 10th. Rob, take it from there.
John Barry in 11th. We got Don Warren in 12th. 13th, we got Charles Harris. 14th, we got Jose Puig. And 15th, we have JP Alfonso. And 16th, Ben Martin. He's not racing tonight.
Did he not grid?
He did not grid.
Well, that sucks. I was looking forward to watching him race tonight.
Yeah, I know he was having issues getting around the track there earlier. When I was doing some practicing for Indy, I was chatting with him, long-range radios and stuff. And he was saying he was having a little bit of a hard time getting around the track. So
this track does look very technical. I don't know this track at all tonight. So I honestly could not tell you what is going to be up with these guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, as you see them come around the corner there, you can see how tight this track actually is. So there may be some issues with that.
Yeah, and there's not any rumble strips, so you know that if you cross over that white line, you're going to get an incident point. And is it after 15 incident points you have a drive-through penalty?
Yeah, 15 incident points, you have a drive-through penalty, and every 5 incident points after that, you have another drive-through.
Got you. So I wanted to take a second to talk about JP for a second. I was talking to him after one of the races last week, and he's saying that Lamborghini is crap to drive. He said he wished he hadn't picked it for the season, and he says that he doesn't know if he's going to do very well with it. So,
well, see, here's the thing. He's able to change his car if he wishes. This season, they are not implementing the manufacturer penalties like they had last year.
So I could go in there with a Mercedes and say I don't like it and swap to a Porsche?
Yes.
I would never do that, Mercedes, just letting you know that.
But I am 95% certain, I remember reading that there is no manufacturer penalties for this season.
Okay.
I will double and triple check that, but I am fairly certain that's not the case this season.
Yep. Scott Shepard is the lone man tonight in the McLarens. I just love how the fire comes out of that car. I don't see very many cars that has that feature.
Not many do. I mean, especially. Well, I mean, the other cars do, but it's not as prominent because it's either, out in front of the rear wheels or it's out the back. It's not up the top like the McLaren is. But they do have it a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you could really burn some paint with the McLaren.
Yeah, just a little bit. Well, I mean, they're normally wrapped in carbon fiber up there, so.
Is carbon fiber really heat resistant?
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know that. Oh, that water. Well, I say water. It's turned into Coke now, but. Thank you, SodaStream. Sponsorships, welcome. Absolutely. All right, we're fixing to go green. Rob, take a screen.
All right, as we come down the line, Philip Forrester's going to bring us to the green. As we come up here, the pace car will dip off into pit lane.
Green flag.
And we are green.
Green at Circuit Park, Zandvoort.
Zandvoort.
Whatever. And everybody makes it through turn 1 just fine, but it gets tight here as we go down into the next set of turns. It's a little bit tighter. So people give each other enough room to get through this. McLaren getting a little tight there with the Mercedes of Don Warren and Charles Harris. But it does look like they get through the first initial turns okay. Now we're looking at everybody's going to start spacing out now. Oh, take that back. We got somebody around. It's Alex Brown, and I'm not getting an incident for Alex Brown.
It's unfortunate for him. Another Canadian boy there.
I think I found it. He drifts again like Sean Parker did earlier.
Maybe it's something in those AMGs. Or wait, no, that's a BMW.
That's a BMW. Yeah. And it looks like JP Alfonso has moved his way up to 11. Sorry, take that back, 12. As he cuts that corner short.
As he drops back down to 15. It's unfortunately him. You don't see that happen too often with JP.
No, not at all. And we say it every week. He has a good car when he races, but we had a notice come in that JP was actually having some issues with technology at the beginning of the race. So he may be having some same issues. And he's also driving that Lamborghini that people just cannot get used to. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing handled like a tank. Well, I mean, Lamborghinis, they started making tractors first. So, I mean...
Oh, I got to send you a picture, Rob, of how I seen this just speaking of the Lamborghini.
Did you see one?
Oh, I seen a Huracan.
Oh, there you go.
I seen a Huracan in
there's
person.
There's a Gallardo that... drives around my town. It's wrapped in purple.
What the heck?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a fully matte blacked out colored Lamborghini. It looked like the Batmobile.
Oh, well, there you go. I actually know the guy that owns a Lamborghini, so.
Yeah, the number ones you don't really see a lot of out here in Alabama. You usually just see jacked up trucks or trucks that has unfinished lift kits here. So.
Yeah, I feel you. And actually, what I did see the other day was a McLaren. They actually have it wrapped in like a chrome orange. It actually looks really nice.
Nice. As we come around, coming to lap number 3, Philip Forster is going to maintain our leader tonight. We are about 3 minutes into this race, and they're completing a lap every minute 36. So, I think we're going to have about 20, 25 laps of racing tonight. Oh. Now, with that, we usually see these cars pit around lap number, take that back, stand by. JP Alfonso and Jose Puig. Cut it too short there. Looks like Jose may have done the same thing.
Yeah, he just lost a little bit.
Oh.
Ooh.
JP does good avoiding that.
That's really tough for those two. Normally you see those two names sitting at the top of the leaderboard, or the timing tower, and for them to be sitting 14th and 15th in this race, it's almost unheard of.
Yeah. Which, this could be considered their drop race. They know that they don't race well here. This may be a track they don't race well here, so they're just going to hang out the back, stay out of everybody's way, and,
just be here
finish.
for the points.
Yeah, just finish. Because, they're not going to finish terrible. It's not like they have 30 cars on track.
Yeah.
There's only 16 total registered, and they're 14th, so they technically have positions gained. So
this is true.
JP has crashed again.
turn, just overdrives that corner, doesn't get slowed down enough.
Mark Joseph went off track.
Shark Month car.
Looks like cameras are too badly angled right there. We'll go up to the next one. See if we can't catch that one more time. Just actually grabs the wall a little bit there on the left side, but avoids everybody else. Everybody else avoids him, and they do well. Scott Shepard has went off track.
I think this is going to be a lot tonight. Just the way this track is, how technical it is, a lot of these guys may have issues trying to navigate this.
Yeah. Philip's not having any issues. Sean Crook's not having any issues. And Eric McCready's not having any issues. And my man Eddie Baker is definitely not having any issues tonight. You know, we were talking about fastest lap times at the beginning of the race, and nobody's still passed that fastest lap ever recorded here, which was recorded June 19th, 2022.
Only a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still about a second and a half off for the fastest time. So, you know, mind you, these laps probably won't get any faster. Just you know, as these tires wear and as these guys kind of get set in their groove, they'll just get to a point where they'll just kind of coast and you know, maintain, so that, you know, they don't worry about pushing the car too hard and you know, going off track, grabbing a wall, damaging the car, and putting themselves out of the race.
Yeah. Well, and that's something that I wanted to talk to you about as well. Is, you know, the strategies for these cars, we have to look at how these guys are handling the actual strategy itself. You know, what is the strategy that you guys are doing? When are they going to pit early? Are they going to pit late? Are they just going to kind of hold that back in the back, push their corners back, and save fuel? That's something we got to look at tonight. And Don Moore has crashed.
To be that same corner that's catching guys off guard, or at least close to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same one that collected Mark Joseph there.
Yep, and John Barry has went off track twice. These guys are just having, this track is kind of like Dover was, chewing people up and spitting them out. He actually just cut the corner there. He couldn't get slowed down in time, so he took the time penalty and cut the corner.
And I mean, that's a good thing about end of the races. You know, if you can't make the corner, you can cut the track a little bit. You'll get a little bit of a time penalty, slow down, but you don't have to worry about damaging the car because you overdrove it and you know, destroy the car. So. Okay, so I'm actually getting word from race control itself. GT3 series do not have manufacturer penalties this season. Good. So I'm sure we could chat with JP there, and we can get out of that ungodly Lamborghini. As much as I love Lamborghinis,
I just don't think they should be a race vehicle. They're a show vehicle.
They're a show vehicle on straight line speed. That's about it.
Yeah, I'll take one on the drag strip anytime.
Yep. Or, I mean, you know, just rolling through downtown and be like, yo, look at my Lamborghini.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Philip Forster has extended his lead. Is about 4.5 seconds now.
Yeah, but, you know, Eric McCready, Sean Crooks, Eddie Baker, they're all going to, you know, catch him when he has to go to the pits. He's not able to save. He's trying to push ahead away from everybody else. And, you know, doing so, he's using a little more fuel than everybody else is. So.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say because, I mean, in these cars, smooth is fast. So as long as you're smooth with everything, you may be faster than everybody else because you may be hitting your braking points properly. You may be hitting, you know, your apexes properly. So really, just because you're that far out front doesn't mean that you're pushing that car so much that you're using more fuel than the guys behind you. Now, these guys here, because they're in a pack, Eric McCready and Eddie Baker there, they're somewhat in the draft of Sean Crooks there, and well, obviously Eddie Baker's going to be in the draft of Eric McCready, so they're actually going to save that way as well. So when Philip Forster goes in, you know, they can last out a little bit longer, and you know, when they come in and make their pit stops, they may not have to take as much fuel to finish the race.
That's true. I mean, if they save right here in the draft, they could potentially, you know, save enough where they don't have to take near as much in the pit stop, and that could give Crooks a very good chance of taking a shorter pit stop than Forster may have to. As you see Forster try to break the draft of Eric McCready, and McCready's going to step outside, and they're going to be side by side going into turn one. But is it going to be enough for Crooks to hold that, or is it going to be enough for McCready to take it? And it looks like it's going to be enough for Crooks to hold it. But what I was saying was maybe they don't have to take the longer pit stop. And pressure is on right now. Just stand by. Pressure's on right now on Sean Crooks. Eric McCready gets a little loose there coming out of the next turn. Eddie Baker's just sitting and waiting because he thinks that these two are going to make a mistake. So he's not pushing this car to make any crazy moves.
Yeah, and that's one thing Eddie does really well is, you know, as much as he puts pressure on the guy in front of him, he just waits for somebody to make a mistake. And we've seen it many, many, many times in, you know, the Next Gen series. We've seen it in the truck series that we raced with him. We've seen it in every other series where he just kind of sits there and waits for somebody to make a mistake and capitalizes on it, and he's really good at doing that.
Yeah, he does it to me all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, he's a heck of a drafting partner in the Super Speedway Series, but I tell you what, I would hate to be around him in an intermediate track like Atlanta or Las Vegas.
Yeah, no, I'll pass.
Yeah, and Scott Shepard, John Barry has gotten into an accident.
Shepard just overdrives that corner a little bit. Oh, doesn't get it. He gets it slowed down in time and avoids that wall.
Yeah, but it looked like he picked up some netcode damage there. And John Barry wrecked in that same incident. Or wrecked at the same time. I'm tracking it from here.
Yeah, he just catches that grass a little bit and picks up that wall. You saw JP Alfonso go around him there. Oh, we're sitting up front now. Philip Forster has extended the lead on Sean Crooks. It is now 7.5 seconds.
What is his? I'm just curious. His I rating is 4.99 with an A-class license.
With an I rating of 25.19.
Well, Sean Crooks is not far behind him. He's got the same I rating, or the safety rating, with the I rating about 600 points less. These two are not bad racers. They just, I think what's happened is Sean Crooks has got the pressure put on by Eric McCready, and it's caused him to be a little bit slower, just enough to be slower than Forster, and create the battle for second and leave. And let first place and leave second behind in the dust.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just looking at the lap times, the last lap, Philip Forster put down a 1:35.56, and Sean Crooks put out a 1:36.31. So a 1:37.15. So he's almost 2 seconds slower.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to. This track is a little bit smaller, so we're gonna have to start looking at lap traffic coming up soon. You know, Jose Puig is a minute 38 behind. Actually, Jose Puig and...
He's 2 minutes behind.
Is he 2 minutes behind?
That's what I'm seeing.
I'm sure the gap's been a minute 12.
Okay.
what
sure what's going on there.
That's just what I'm seeing. 1:12 on the gap.
I'm showing 2 minutes 12 seconds, and then Mark Joseph is a minute behind Philip Forster. So we're not 100% sure what's going on there.
We're not synced up, it sounds like. But it is what it is. Philip Forster's just out, riding out these next 25 minutes as long as he can. Because the battle that we're watching right now is between these three: Sean Crooks, Eric McCready, and Eddie Baker. It looks like David Tamaro is going to stick his nose in here soon.
Actually, it looks like, I don't know if I'm reading this right, but Mark Joseph may be out.
Yeah, that's when I clicked on his name earlier. Oh, Eric McCready will go to the pit. He is pitting earlier than everybody.
So he's pitting at about the 16-minute mark. So I'm not sure what his strategy is there, or if he picked up a little bit of damage and was kind of slowing down a little bit and realized. But it's an interesting move to come in at the 16-minute mark.
Yeah, but, I mean, whoa. Did you just see what I just saw?
I don't believe I did.
All right. I got to see what I just saw again. It's not going to show it again. Just go back and watch the stream. That was wild. I don't know what I saw. There's a car, and if anybody's seen that in chat, clip it, please, because I seen a car. It's going on the replay right now. They zoom. They just like a rocket speed, Elon Musk put a rocket ship on the back of that car, and I don't know what happened. So somebody please clip that.
I'm just trying to see.
Oh, Eddie Baker gets sideways, turns around. He's going to maintain. Actually, David Tamaro is going to take that position over Eddie Baker, and Eddie Baker's now fourth. Let's go back and look at that. Eddie Baker takes the cone out in frustration. He just gets off track right here, tries to save it, and grabs that inside wall.
He just overcooks it.
Eric McCready is going to pass up Eddie Baker now. Eddie Baker is coming out of the pits at this time, but what's going to change now on track? That incident did cause an issue for cars, so he's going to take a quick repair and get fuel. Eddie Baker is. Philip Forster's interval now is 10 seconds ahead of Sean Crooks. He is walking away with this race.
He really is, and I mean, it seems that every time he's on the track, he kind of does that.
I take back what I said. He may win everything. He's done well each race. Either in the top 3, top 5, or winning. So he could be our world champion. Like I said, I think it'll happen. The battle we're watching right now is going to be between, who is that right there that's got the interval? Brown and Warren. Looks like this is a three-way battle here.
So I did see what you were looking at.
What was that?
I'm not 100% certain what it was, but it just looked like a car just took off. And just went straight.
I'm glad I didn't was not the only one seeing it now. I don't know what it was, but you know what? It is interesting. We have a 4-car battle here for position. Actually, I take that back. Don Warren is not in contention from that position between Charles Harris, Sean Parker, and Alex Brown. Or is he? He is, actually. This is a 4-car battle. I'm glad you saw it.
That is clipped. I got it now. So
that may be at a happy hour, not top 10.
for sure, that was interesting to see, to say the least. But we will continue on with this race.
Like it never happened. Eric McCready went off track and came back on track.
Looks like you went over the sausage curve. Oh, nope. Never mind.
Will be a time penalty, but I don't know if he's just going to take it.
You may just slow down a little bit later.
Just take it as he goes.
Yeah. With no cars really around him, you know, that'll help him. So.
Philip Forster, if he wins this race tonight, will get a big extension in points. He's led the fastest time, or he's led the fastest lap. No, he does not. Does he have the fastest lap? I'm looking here.
The fastest lap belongs to.
I don't see it on my timing screen.
Actually, yeah, he does hold the fastest lap, a 1:35.56.
Okay, so if he's holding the fastest time of the race, he's led laps, and he wins, he's getting all the extra bonus points he needs.
Yeah.
Because he also qualified first.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's, I don't believe there is a point for pole. Let me just confirm that.
Well, either way it goes, I mean, he gets the bonus points for leading the lap and having the best lap of the race.
Yeah, so yeah, he'll get the 3 bonus points. Now, that's if he maintains the fastest lap, but just looking through even, well, not the last lap he just completed, but the lap beforehand was 1:35.66. So, I mean, he's still really fast out there, and you see all the other guys kind of slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, you see Forster, or the interval between Crooks and Forster right now is 13 seconds. In just 3 laps, he's gained a second each lap. I mean, it's unheard of. You know, we're over halfway in this race in 13 seconds. He could wreck, spin the car, get it back going, and still lead the race.
And we've seen that happen before.
Yeah, we have.
You know, I believe JP Alfonso did it last season where, you know, he was 27 seconds ahead, spun, and still managed to pull it off with, I believe it was a 8 or 9 second gap.
Did you just see how the guys went through them S curves like that?
Yep.
That was very slick.
It was smooth and fast.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Is that what I've always said?
Yep. I honestly don't know how these guys do it, because I would not be able to. That's for sure.
Yeah, and you know, Sean Parker has got an interior cam as well today. You can kind of just see, I mean, he's holding off everybody that needs to hold off, and you know, gaining positions where he needs to gain positions. He's currently holding that 5th position right now. I couldn't do it. Ain't no way.
And it's crazy to see, you know, the difference in the gap times as David Tamara comes into the pits there. You know, we got 14 seconds back, 22 seconds back, 36, 37, 38, 45, 52. Like, it's all over the board.
Yeah.
Charles Harris actually comes into the pits as well here. As we reach the 25-minute mark, so we only got 15 more minutes of racing.
Yep, and I'm showing gaps on screen now. You can just see the interval is between the car in front of you. The gap is to the leader. And you can just see the amount of difference there between the leader and all these other guys on track.
Philip Forster's moved to a 15 and a half, almost 16-second gap on Sean Crooks.
In a 1 lap.
In a lap. Yeah, he's gained almost 3-second lead, or extended it by 3 more seconds. So.
And he's got 0 off tracks as well. That doesn't necessarily say anything about his incident points, but he doesn't have an off-track incident. Now, let's look at the pit stints for Philip right now. Philip's been out 16 laps. He's not pitted. He's going to have to pit. Do you think he's going to, or do you think he's hiding something up his sleeve, or is he going to pull David Tamara from the first season race?
I don't believe so. I'm thinking. So Sean Crooks, Mike Weir, Sean Parker, Alex Brown, Don Warren have not pitted. So they're going to need to at some point in this race. I'm thinking if he can time it properly, he'll come in, and actually Don Warren has just entered the pit. I'm thinking about the 27, 28 minute mark. Around there, you may see Philip Forster come in to pit.
JP has went back off track.
Wow. This is a tough track for him. And it's unfortunate to see because, I mean, we're used to seeing him up front, but maybe you want to try something different this season, and may actually we'll talk to him tonight and tell him that, hey, you're able to switch cars if you want. You can go back to your Porsche.
Yeah, he needs to. Maybe pick up that Mercedes,
Maybe. I don't know. He did great in that Porsche last season. So, I mean, he feels comfortable in it.
As the cameraman, has a conversation with Eddie as he passes.
Yeah. What's going on, bud?
How you doing? He waves at him going by.
We're coming around, and so Don Warren was, I believe, 5th when he came into pit, or actually 6th when he came into pit. He dropped to 10th, so he dropped 4 spots during that pit. So I'm just trying to figure out what is going through Philip Forster's head right now on when he needs to pit. Because really, the person he has to worry about, as Mike Weir moves past Alex Brown, he's closing that gap on Crooks. He's only, 5 seconds back. So I'm just trying to think what these racers are thinking. I'm not a GT3 racer, but I can only imagine that he's talking to his spotter, being like, hey, how far back are these guys? When will be the proper time to pit so that I can mitigate how many spots I'm actually going to lose when I come in?
Well, let's look at pit lane time. And pit lane time is total time on pit lane. So he's got
Philip Forster comes in to pit.
He's got 17 seconds now. So Crooks is going to get that interval. Forster's on pit lane right now, but it looks like that interval has not changed yet.
Okay, it's starting to drop, and Sean Crooks comes into pit.
Okay, Sean Crooks is in.
Mike Weir is in.
Okay, so this is changing up now.
And Philip Forster's coming out. He remains in that top spot.
But by how long? Oh, well, Spencer Brown is in pit road now. Parker makes that pass. We may see a change in our top 5 here because Parker did pit.
Parker did pit.
No, I'll take that back. Parker has not pit. Parker has not pit yet. Looking at
Eric
the lap
McCready
times.
has moved up to 3rd. They're still 18 seconds better. Well, 11 seconds back is Parker from Forrester. I think he's good. As long as he keeps it smooth and keeps it how he was, we got 10 minutes left.
Well, and the gap is 11 seconds still.
Yeah.
He just put enough fuel in to make it to the end. He didn't fill up.
No. I mean, there's no way. So, you know, you're talking to your guys. You're just like, hey, how many gallons do I need to make it another 10 minutes?
Yeah, and these cars have the telemetry on board to monitor gallon per lap.
Yep.
And they go in there and do their math, and you know, we're going about the track about about a minute 30. We've got 10 minutes left, minute 30. You doing the math there? You got probably 7 laps to go. So okay, give me 7 laps of fuel left, and they'll put in that exact amount that they need. So now, unless something starts to break on that car, the fuel pump starts sucking more fuel. You know, he gets a line in the gas line. You know, just anything go wrong with the car, that's when you can start using more fuel. But I don't think that's going to be an issue tonight. I mean, these cars are pretty well put together.
Yeah, they really are. And actually, Sean Parker does come into pit lane. So Eric McCready is going to be in the second position, but he's 20 seconds back. And Sean Crooks is right on McCready's tail, only about 2 seconds back from him. So.
Yep, and there Mike Weir and Eddie Baker has moved into the 5th position behind them. So we do have a battle here between potentially 4 guys. Any incidents so far? These guys have been, after the race has progressed and they've learned the track a little bit more, these guys have settled into their positions and are doing, respectively, doing well.
Yeah, I mean, we had a few mishaps, near the start of the race, but as we get in, these guys feel more comfortable on the track. Feel out their cars a little bit better. They're able to handle these things a lot better, and they don't have to worry as much.
Yeah, and it looks like Spencer Brown is in the chat. I think that's Spencer Brown. That's Brown 71. Has this money on Philip Forster tonight? Well, you need to take it to Vegas before this race ends, and you'll have a winner. Because we're 21-second gap over McCready. He could spin, go talk to his mama, get back in the car, and still win this race.
Yeah, for sure. And
you're at a loss for words.
I'm at a loss for words.
There it was again.
Yeah, I did see it that time.
What is that?
Actually, you know what that is? I think that's the cars going into that 180 to come back around.
That is so trippy, man. Sorry for freaking out about it, but it's like Elon Musk strapped his Falcon 9 rocket to the back of a car and just says, go. Okay? That's what that looks like.
I mean, that's exactly what it looked like, and the first time I saw it, I'm like, wow. But after seeing it a second time, I think that's what it is they're coming to that 180 to come back around that area of the track. And
it just looks like it just looks like they go straight, right?
Yeah.
It's a figment of our imagination. Got it. I'm a mental patient now. Cool. I'll go see my wife.
Yeah, but as I was trying to say before, like it's crazy to see, because Philip Forster, we had no idea who he was at the beginning of the season, and to see him come out here and do what he's doing, and putting these massive gaps on the field, it's flabbergasting. I don't know what to say.
You could just look at the lap time comparison now. The last 5 laps that we're looking at. I mean, between Eric and Forster, the 18 and 19 is where McCready gained, but I mean it's just unheard of. You know, we're 22-second gap now over McCready, and he's constantly gaining distance, not gaining on Forrester, but gaining that distance over McCready.
Yeah, and I mean, even last season, we didn't see stuff like this. You know, when we raced for 45 minutes last season.
We've seen it one time at Road Atlanta during our first GT3 race.
That is true. We did see quite the gap, but usually it's two or three cars that have that gap, not just one.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So the battle to watch right now is going to be between 2 and 3 and the 4 and 5. You know, if Eddie can get up there to McCready, to Mike Ware, if Mike Ware can overtake Sean Crooks, you know, the battle is between these 4. Like I said, Forrester has got this in the bag, so we're going to stick around and watch these guys here battle it out. They're going to duke it out through these turns for the next 3.5 minutes, guys. Go ahead if you don't already have a pick. Out of these 4, so we have Mike Ware, Eddie Baker, Sean Crooks, Eric McCready. You know, put them in order in the chat. What do you think these guys are going to place in? And let us know. We all know who's going to win the race, so can't take bets there. But I'm thinking in this group here, I think that Eric McCready will finish 2nd, Mike Ware will overtake Sean Crooks, and Eddie Baker will come in 5th.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. I don't really see Sean, but although Sean Crooks has closed that gap a little bit behind McCready, but like you said, Mike Ware is right there behind him, you know, putting the pressure on him. So I honestly don't know.
That's my thing. I think that there should be a position change between 3 and 4. But I think Eddie Baker's going to stay in 5th back there.
Yeah, as he goes off track there a little bit, but I don't know. As we're coming down, I think Mike Ware may push it a little too hard. You know, in these last 2 minutes, and just maybe bobble up just a little bit, but. I mean, it's hard to say because we've seen it happen in the past, but I don't know.
Well, Mike Ware doesn't crush under pressure, but McCready and Crooks is closing the gap there. Looks like Ware got a little loose coming off there. And Jose has crashed again. Let's take a look at this real quick. We've got 2 minutes left. Not been a good track for them.
No, not at all.
Back to the action. Three Mercedes duking it out right here.
Manufacturer battle.
Oh, Mike Ware did exactly what you said he was going to do, and Eddie Baker's going to make the pass.
Yeah, we've seen it in the past, and I could just see it coming, just the way he was pushing that car. But I mean, these guys have to. We got less than a minute left of racing, so this should be the white flag that they come to.
Let's check on Forrester. He's 26 seconds ahead of everybody else. Let's see where he's at.
So the white flag is in the air. So this is going to be the last lap.
And this is going to be it for Forrester. He'll come back to the stripe, and it'll be it. Forrester will be your winner tonight as long as he can navigate the last few corners he's got to make. He will be your winner tonight here at Circuit Park in the Netherlands. I got a friend from the Netherlands.
Do you?
Yeah, he's got dual citizenship.
Oh, there you go. Actually, a guy that I work with was from the Netherlands.
26-second gap over McCready. Crooks and McCready in the back. Or in second and third in the last two podium spots. Forrester's going to bring it around the S turns here like he's done 25 laps 40 minutes, 17, 18, 19 seconds worth.
Andy Baker's only a half a second back from Sean Crooks.
We'll go to that battle here in just a second. As we come down to the front stretch, and Forrester is happy, flashing his lights, checkered flags in the air. He is going to be your winner tonight. Let's go back to the action here.
You see these guys pushing hard, but they're not. I don't know if they're going to have enough time. Well, they don't have enough time.
Barry and Alfonso has crossed, and it's going to be McCready, Crooks, Baker, Ware for your top 5. Tamara's going to finish in that 6th position. Sean Parker is going to round out that 7th position. Don Warren and Alex Brown is battling for that 8th position here. It looks like Don Warren, Alex Brown's going to have those positions. Charles Harris, Scott Shepard's going to round out the 10 and 11th position. John Barry is already took it to the pits. Alfonso has took it to the pits. As you see, everybody giving each other a love tap there and destroying those beautiful machines. Just a few more cars. Jose is the only one that has not passed, but I don't think there he is. He's on track right there. He's just got to cross, which is coming up to now. He's going to finish in 14th, 2 laps down.
That's unfortunate for him.
Explain to me how John Barry finished at a JP, but John Barry was a lap down and Alfonso wasn't.
I don't believe JP passed the finish line. Don't know if he did.
He did. He's passed it.
Did he? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
then that I am not too sure of.
Let's take a look at the official results here. Okay, it did swap it. JP and John Barry there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. First position, or the winner of the night, Philip Forrester. Eric McCready finished 2nd. Sean Crooks 3rd. Eddie Baker 4th. Mike Ware 5th. David Tamara is in 6th. 7th was Sean Parker. 8th is Don Warren. 9th, Alex Brown. In 10th was Charles Harris. 11th, Scott Shepard. JP Alfonso finished 12th. 13th was John Barry. Jose Puig was in 14th. Mark Joseph finished 15th. And Ben Martin, who did not qualify and did not race tonight, is tallied out to be 16th position. So he'll still get a point or two.
All right.
Well, let's go back and talk to him, guys.
All righty. So let's see if we can get Philip Forrester down here. Philip, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
How's it going, bro?
Well, a heck of a race. You held the fastest lap. You've qualified on the pole. You won the race. You led the most laps. So you get all the points, which puts you that much further ahead in the championship so far. Yeah. Walk us through the race. How'd you get that almost 30-second gap between you and McCready?
Consistency. That's all it is, my man. It's just being consistent, hitting your marks. And Eric, like I was talking to them before y'all brought me up here, they from practice session to qualifying, I've noticed that they made an adjustment and brought it to life. They gained like maybe a half a second to 0.6 of a second. So I've noticed how everybody's doing and stuff like that. But it's all about consistency.
It didn't have anything for your 27 seconds ahead, though. I mean, you were hitting the S turns perfect. You were hitting the hairpins perfect. Is this one of your better tracks you race at?
No.
I think you're lying, but, that's beside the point.
No. It gives me trouble. Last week, that's my worst track. last week was my worst track,
Okay.
and this is actually one of my better tracks, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Now
One of them.
the truth has came out.
Yeah, the truth has came out. One of my better ones.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for having me up here, and thank you for JP Alfonso for showing me this league and whatnot. And thank you for Advanced Sim Racing Rigs. I just built mine. So this was the break-in for the sim rig. So it did perfectly.
There you go.
Wait, so you did all this on a brand new setup, is what you're saying?
No, I had the same wheel and pedals. It's just a new rig,
Like a new computer.
pretty much.
Got you.
Okay, gotcha.
Got you. Well,
Yeah.
hey, it's good to always shout out to people that sponsor you and support you. JP's a sponsor of ours as well, and he's a sponsor of the series. His studio is a sponsor of the series. We appreciate you. We hope you enjoyed the win tonight. Anything you got to say to your fans out there tonight?
Thank you for supporting me. If I do have fans out there, uh, hopefully we can keep going with this and win the championship.
Well, I have you slated to win the world champion if you're racing in the America Series, which I think you are.
No, I missed like 2 or 3 races of that, so I'm probably out of contention there.
I got you. Well, you understand we do have drop races as well, so if you missed
okay.
a couple of those, if you want to get back into it, now's a chance for the Thursday race, being week 3. So, I still have you slated to be the world champion if you partake in the America's race, but the way that you just outdid everybody here in the Eurasia Series, I'm go ahead and picking you for the championship in this series for sure.
Well, thank you, brother, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Rob, you got
Y'all
anything for
have
me?
anything
No,
more?
no, just congratulations, and I'm sure we will talk to you next week.
All right, Rob. Thank you, Andrew.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you too. All right, let's see if we can get Eric McCready down here.
Mr. McMullet Entertainment over here.
Yeah.
Better than you.
Eric, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me, bud?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. So you had a little bit of a mishap, but you were able to overcome that and ultimately finish second. How'd you kind of work your way through the field? And why did you pit at minute 16?
Yeah. So the first 10 laps, I was, right behind Sean, and we had Eddie right behind us, and Sean wasn't making any mistakes. So I figured, hey, I'll pit windows open. I'll pit. Maybe Eddie will fight Sean. They'll both slow down, and then by the time they pit, I'll be out in front of them. And then like a minute after I pitted, Sean informed me that Eddie spun. So that plan didn't work. So I just put my fastest laps in and came out 2 seconds ahead of Sean and finished there.
Well, you did finish second. You did finish podium. But the way it was looking, if this race had went on for another 50 minutes, Forrester would have lapped everybody. But did you have anything for him tonight? Because being 27 seconds behind him, it just didn't look like it.
No, he was what, like 0.6 faster than P2 in qualifying.
Yeah, it was
Nobody
wild.
had anything on him.
Yeah, for sure. The McMullet Mercedes, which is something new that you're driving this season. You've done well. I mean, you've finished in the top 5 each race so far, and you're doing well in points, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, is that something that you're looking at as far as possibly winning the series this year? Consistency is key if we're looking at last season's points.
I mean, I want to say no, but I guess yes. I have other stuff to do sometimes. Like, I don't make every race. So it's like, yeah, I want to win. I care about it, but at the same time, I know I'm gonna have to miss a couple weeks here and there. So
Yeah,
because it doesn't matter.
I understand
the
that.
Mercedes is horrible. I hate it. It was a big mistake.
Well, I'll give you some insight here. this season, manufacturer penalties are not a thing.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I've been driving the Audi. I've been driving the Audi for a long time, and figured I'd switch it up today. First time running this track, first time running this car. But the McMullet livery just looks so good on it. I had to.
Yeah, it does
It
look
really
good.
does.
It does look good. Looks like you got a lot more in the front than you do in the back, though. So, it doesn't really match the mullet that you talk about, because you got a lot of going on in the front, but you ain't got nothing in the back. So I think if that was like reversed, kind of like I don't know, maybe okay, I'll go ahead and say it, a Porsche. There's not really a lot of the front end on the Porsche, but there is a big rear end. So party in the front, or yeah, extra party in the rear, business in the front.
Yeah, big shout out to Steven Phillips though. If anybody needs a livery, he's on Trading Paints. The guy's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we see it each and every week, and it's always a great car to see. So I love it.
That's my baby. Not that I made it, I just had somebody else make it, but still my baby, right?
That's
it. I feel you.
There it is. All right, what you got to say to your fans out there, Eric?
To my dog, don't worry, I'll be upstairs to let you out in a couple minutes.
I'm sure he's watching.
Yeah.
If he's watching, I swear to God, I need a picture.
Yeah, oh
yeah. Yeah, he throws it up on the TV for him. It's all right.
He's on his iPad right now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Eric. Well, we appreciate it, and we hope to see you Thursday if you're racing.
Just Tuesdays for me, but thanks, guys.
Alrighty, we'll see you next week then, hopefully. All right. All right, now let's see if we can get Sean down here. Sean, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Hey, Rob, how are you?
Not too bad. So, you were second, but Eric overtook you. Now, I can't recall if he did it while you were in the pits or not, but how'd the car handle for you on the track, and what was the major issue on the track?
Well, at the start of the race, the car handled really well. Philip actually took off; we couldn't catch him. But we were running. Eric and I were running nose to tail. He had Eddie behind him. He was keeping pace with me. I was creeping up a little bit on him, or I was gaining. He was losing a little bit of time here and there. He jumped into the pits to kind of lose Eddie, and I stayed out. But what happened is I started losing my tires. So he jumped in early, full tank of fuel, car's a little heavier. He was able to probably make up a few seconds, and he was able to just get in front of me. I think my pit stop was a second longer than his. I wanted to make sure I didn't run out of fuel. So I kind of always overfuel a little bit. So just to be safe.
Yeah, you and Eric didn't have anything for Philip for sure. He was about a 6/10 faster in qualifying. He was faster in practice. But we did watch the battle that you and Eric and Eddie had all night long. Most of the race was y'all's battle tonight. Y'all went back and forth on positions. Eddie, there's a few chances there, a few times there where Mike Weir actually got on your tail and got on Eric's tail and caused some pressure until Mike Weir couldn't really make the pass. Was you worried about Mike Weir tonight when he got up on your rear?
Yeah, Mike's pretty fast. He's him and I are pretty close, but I think he's got me most nights. And those at the end of the stint, near the end of the race, I said my tires, the fuel's going away again. He was obviously catching me. You have to be really, really easy on the throttle with the Mercury. If you're a lot of power, and if you don't feather it, and as you're turning, too much steering lock, I think that's what happened. The car kind of he broke loose, and that's where he got off track. So I looked at my rear mirror and said, okay, I got a little bit of breathing room, so maybe I can at least hold on to third.
Yeah. Good job tonight, man. Rob, you got anything else for him?
No, just congratulations on the your third position finish, and we hope to see you on Thursday as well.
I'll be there. Home track.
There you go.
There we go.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
Well, Rob, that wraps it up for another edition of the United Racing Network. Double hitter tonight with the Indy Series that started the stream and ending it with a GT3 Eurasia Series. I'm glad that it's over, but I'm sad to see it go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wish we were starting the night over again, because we did see some good racing. Even in the last part of that Indy race, we've seen some good racing. And from the booth, we've seen some good racing. I don't know about down on the actual track.
Yeah, down on the track was hell.
And then in the GT3 race, we've seen a spectacular just race by Phillip tonight. We've not seen that type of racing since Atlanta in last season.
Yeah.
So, it was definitely a good race tonight. Overall, the stream tonight did well. So,
yeah, I mean, while I was in the IndyCar, I was listening. Don't tell,
no,
the marshals. Don't tell the marshals. But yeah, I was listening, and it was a tough race. But I'm hoping next week's a little bit better. And then I'm excited for tomorrow. We're in the next gen series, and we're headed to Michigan.
It's a good racetrack, and we'll see some good racing there for sure. I kind of see Michigan as like a Kansas, or a Kentucky, even before Kentucky was taken out of the series. That good racing there for sure, and good strategies. You'll see those tomorrow. What time we start tomorrow, Rob?
Tomorrow we are going to be live at 7:45
Eastern. 6:45 Central.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Rob. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So, just like to thank everybody out there for joining in tonight and joining in each and every night. So we do stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesdays being Indy and GT3 Eurasia. Wednesdays being NASCAR Next Gen. And then Thursdays, we have the GT3 Americas Series, where we're going to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Toronto.
There you go. Going right down the street from you.
Well, a little bit further than that, but pretty much. So it'll be a fun week here, as we head to Michigan tomorrow in the Next Gen, as I said. But we appreciate each and every one of you for joining in, and share it. It's always great to see new faces in here. Even in the chat, we do read it. We may not reply to it, but we try. I mean, we got racing to focus on, and we do appreciate that, and we do appreciate our sponsors. JP Alfonso Studios and Admin Box, as well as the League Happy Hour Racing. You can find their information down in the box below. We have links in there, so you can click on them and check them out. If you feel like racing, you can jump in and get featured out here on the broadcast. So yeah, that's all I got for tonight.
Well, with that being said, guys, we will catch you tomorrow night at 7:45 Eastern, 6:45 Central for the NASCAR Next Gen race. We love you. We hope you stay safe tonight, and we hope to see you all tomorrow for the Next Gen race. Y'all have a good night, guys. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.